This video is not for men who are above average. This is for men who are losers to maybe mediocre at best, like me. We're going to talk about why success looks very different for you when you do not have a past. That means a childhood and a young adulthood of multiple wins. Now, I professionally help men end their out of control behavior with pornography. I've done this professionally. That means I am certified in multiple disciplines and modalities. And I've been doing this for about 13 years. But more than just helping men end this behavior, my true passion is helping men sort the other things out in their life. Because something like pornography addiction is actually not the problem. And it's not really addiction technically. It is simply a symptom of some other issue. And I have learned a lot about those issues in over a decade. So here's the thing. When you do not have a history of wins in your life, you did not grow up in a home where you were, you felt that you were on a path to winning. You always felt like the kid who was never quite measuring up or who was straight up failing. Now, you might have a good job. You may have graduated with a degree. You might have things that people think are good in your life. But the things that matter to you to make you an above average human and live a life that just wasn't like everybody else, you never had those things. And you know there are people who had those things in their lives. When you decide as an adult to start improving yourself, when you recognize, oh my goodness, I think I have a compulsive behavior. Oh my God, I think I have a gambling problem. Oh my goodness, I can't stop drinking alcohol. Oh my goodness, these things must be the things, all these normal things people do must be the things that are getting in the way of me being the person that I want to be. When you start to work on those things, it is going to blow you wide open. It is going to bring up all sorts of issues within you that you never thought you were going to deal with. You are going to find yourself being a lot more triggered by your parents, your aging parents. You're going to find yourself a lot more judgmental of your friends and your friend group and wanting to be away from them, to bite your tongue when you're talking to them, to just smile and nod. That's eventually what it evolves to. If you've ever wondered why, you're looking at one of your siblings and they're like, why are they putting up with mom and dad's bullshit so much easier than me? It means that you are walking that path. And the warning I want to give you is that this self improvement path, if that's what we're to call it, all right, it comes with all these issues coming up. Many people do not address those issues. And that is why you will find so many people who reach that goal. They're like, oh my God, I made it. I made the money. I got the woman. I have the house. I have the family, and still feel deeply unfulfilled after all those years. In fact, some men actually end up their own lives because they're like, this is it. This is what it was. I feel deeply unfulfilled. And that's because you focused too much on the goal. You assumed that other people were working through stuff. No, other people often were given the internal resources. They have an ego, they have a self image that was nicely polished by their parents and their environment and by opportunities that were given to them. So, no, they don't really deal with all the issues you deal with. My self improvement brother or sister, just so you know, the world is not filled with people who are reading self improvement books or watching self improvement videos or trying to reading Atomic Habits and trying to change their habits. There are people that you are seeing that how did they become successful? They barely read books. They just seem to just land there. I'm not saying they don't work hard. I'm just saying they don't need to put in the work that you do. They didn't need to make a decision at some point in their life. They looked at themselves and like, Jesus Christ, I'm a loser to mediocre. And I actually need to work harder, right? Issues are going to come up and they must be addressed. How do you address them? You address them in a very simple way. It's a reframe of this process. It is recognizing that the process is the actual goal. This is also a concept that's used in individuals who struggle with ADD and ADHD, which, by the way, you most likely have. A lot of people who find out later in life that they've been chronically underachieving sometimes find out that they have ADD, but not everybody, or ADHD. What is the process is the goal? The process is the goal, is recognizing that the actual work you are doing right now is the most important thing. Because for you, as you are doing the work, there are issues coming up. There is comparison with other people. There is an internal cringe when you try to do something uncomfortable. There is a constant inner dialogue that seems to be sabotaging you. It is not always present in normal people or above average people. So instead of you focusing on the goal, which is only going to create frustration for you, because you keep focusing on the goal and you're not addressing all the emotions that are coming up, what happens is because you're so focused on the future, you get overwhelmed by all of this, you get stuck. Then you get stuck in a negative cycle. Years pass while you're playing this game. But when you change the way you view the entire process of whatever it is, ending your behavior with alcohol, even running your own business, you've decided you're going to start a business. You stop focusing on the goal. Yeah, know what the goal is. Like, yeah, these are what we want our margins to be at the end of the year. But then focus on the process and the emotions that come up from it. Because success for you and I looks different. Success for you and I compared to other people is going to look like a reflection of our internal states. When we fix the man or the woman, we fix the business, we fix the relationship structure, we fix the body. Think about it. Everything that's stopping you from accomplishing one of your goals, it is not that I do not have enough money and I'm running out of money this month. It isn't that. That's not the issue. It isn't that I'm unattractive. People don't find me attractive. I don't know how to talk to women. I don't know how to. It is simply that you are not putting in enough action to do that, enough of the right action. And even when you're putting in action, it is the wrong action because your mind is muddled because of all the emotions that are coming up. So, what do you need to do? Let go of the goal and worrying too much about, oh, I think it's money. I think I'm unattractive. No, 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 no. What is the process? What is the next thing that you need to do that you know you are not doing? There is something you are not doing. And you, say with me, you are not doing it because of all these issues that come up. You look at somebody else, you're like, damn, they wake up in the morning, they shoot the video, they go to the gym, they do all these things. And I wake up in the morning and it's a whole fucking process. I need to motivate myself to do things. I need to write out my goals. I need to plan the night before. But there are people who wake up, take a shit, a shower, drink a coffee, and they go and crush it all day, come back, hit the gym, hang out with their families, rinse and repeat, and they seem like they are in a good mood. They are not like you and they're not like me. And if you take advice from them, you read their books, you listen to their videos, you are going to end up worse than a loser. Chances are you've already been listening to them. Are you with me? There are emotional things that are going to come up when you try to become above average as a person who wasn't raised in a certain way. And it is your job to accept that this is the reality, to focus and go all in on what is the process for me. It's okay if the night before for you, there is a process. You're like, I have to prepare for the day before. That's what I have to do. I have to study something and prepare before I show up on a Zoom call, not like the other people who can show up and wing it. This is critical to accept about yourself. And that is the way you will become above average. But you know the beautiful thing, just to wrap this up, the beautiful thing about all of this is that process actually slows down time. See, I can tell when I am focusing on the process being the goal, when I feel that I can remember a lot more details. I can laugh at some of the hardships because I'm in the process, not wishing I was at the goal. I'm not wishing that this doesn't happen. When you're experiencing the pain of a process, and you keep wishing that the pain would pass, and God, when will I get to the goal? When will I sell the company? When will I get the girl? When will I get married? When will this behavior end? When will I stop feeling the urges to do these things? When will I be healthy? When will I have the six pack? Every time that you worry about this reality not being your reality and these emotions not coming up for you, you suffer. You turn temporary pain into long-term suffering. And some of you have already made that a habit, and that is why you are so unhappy. Imagine what I said earlier, going through long-term suffering for so long, reaching your goal, and you're just like, what's the goal? Why? You've conditioned yourself to become a long-term sufferer. So you're just going to keep suffering and finding more suffering in your life at the level of success. My brother, my sister, you cannot afford to do it. The beautiful thing is you become present to the process, you enjoy the process, you enjoy the ups and the downs, you become equanimous, you recognize that, oh, okay, this is my hero's journey. This is what life has given me. My work, my recovery or reboot work, my exercise and the workout program I am on are all an expression of my humanity. There is no place to get to that is more important than the process is for me right now. You with me? I hope you are. My name is JK Amazy. I'm the founder of Elevated Recovery. I also run 20s Mentor, which is a small mentorship group for individuals who think this way, individuals who value autonomy and critical thinking and freedom and happiness. It costs the price of a basic dinner at Olive Garden with some good conversation thrown in. Except that you'll be having great conversations every week, once a week, with amazing people who think like us. So if you're interested in being a part of it for a very low price, then just click on the link or comments, and I'll send you a link to have more of these wonderful conversations. Have a great day.